I forgore.
I remember now. It was a wind elemental looking dude who.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Oh,
Fuck.
yeah.
I gotta
The
wake up for
swole-
this.
The swole
Kissy
guy.
boy. The kissy boy.
What did I
Aw.
call him? I called him like a swole mushroom guy, or like a swole marshmallow guy.
Cloud guy? I don't
Soul
remember.
Cloud. I
Yeah,
think I might have had it in the notes.
Can't boost you any higher than 200%, Iris.
I can't do anything about this. I have tried. I literally have.
What did you do before that made your mic normal?
I don't know.
Did you
Does
move?
it just have to be directly in front of your face?
It is. That's the thing. It is,
Is it?
literally, I can, my finger, if I make my finger and bend it in from my knuckle to the other knuckle is the distance between my mic and my lips.
Is it angled directly towards your lips?
Yes.
Did you muck about with your input-output volume settings?
Not before everyone started saying they couldn't hear me.
Go into the input-output, like the voice and video in Discord. Because we heard you very clearly in Lethal Company, which makes me think it might be a Discord thing.
Well, and every time you're on PS4 or 5, I can hear you really well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, like, put your input volume, like, all the way up and, like...
It is.
Disable the input sensitivity thing.
It is. Like, every time I talk, it's way above the yellow or, like, where I put the
Is the
notch.
microphone you have selected the correct microphone?
Yes.
Is this the same headset? Sorry, go ahead.
And I've tried turning off Chris, which makes it sound worse, apparently.
Is this the same headset you use on your PS4?
Yep.
Oh. I would assume that it's probably a computer setting, like the actual voice, like input settings in control panel. But
I've messed with that too. It's all at 100.
We shall continue to troubleshoot you with this.
We're doing combat time.
Right, but before...
I can mess with.
Okay, I'm just gonna gamble and just lower everyone else and just boost my headset.
Driver update.
Ooh, and then
I just hope.
My dice.
I don't regret this.
Everybody scream!
Scram! Okay. So I'm looking at... Because there are a couple of reminders I see.
There we go, I can hear it.
End of session reminders. So, like, let's do a recap, catch everybody up, and then do the end of session reminders.
Yep. Ow. Okay. Session recap. We continue onward. Next room. A lot of corpses and bones are scattered. We find a tunnel that is silenced. We go through the tunnel, following after Trixie, because shit goes down as soon as she goes on her own. We get in, we beat the fuck out of another thingy, I forgot what it's called.
Mind Witness.
Mind Witness. This one looks more like it's been through some shit. After we defeat it, there's more tadpoles within the thing, buttons on tadpole duty. Find a room of gold and jewels and other interesting items that the group looks into. Find some cool things like, certain statue, certain jewelry and jewels. Koya spots very special jewels that are not just jewels and are in fact friends. Very emotional moment. We group agrees we're going to collect them. We're going to decipher which ones are friends and not food, and which ones are just gems. We continue onward. We all get the loots. And then next unexplored door. We hear some sus shit. Crack open the door for Booker and Lily. We see a misty figure that's more mist than figure. Lilian describes it as a very swole mist man. I remember I did in fact quote that. An elemental of some sort. Um, it's Liliana remembers something that it's doesn't remember what it's called, but remembers that it is considered extremely dangerous, and its own eye line is considered dangerous. Being caught in its gaze, um, that's very dangerous, but she doesn't know why. But it's also been called a coward, so do with that what we will. Booker casts silence before we enter, and we kind of creak open the door.
End of
And
session
there's-
reminders.
And a session reminders. Booker, Lily, and Button all have the Mind Flayer Blood Vial effect to the end of this fight, which means that all three of them have advantage on checks against magical effects. Joe, you have a +1 bonus to your dagger, and it counts as magic. Trixie, Iris, Trixie still has the Arcane Jolt on. And after this, just general reminder for the dungeon itself. We have to take care of the corpse. There's a way to do that in the brain. However, if we do that first, we won't be able to do the dungeon in the heart. This concludes end of session reminders.
Thank you, Amy.
You are welcome. That took so much fucking brain power.
So, all of you are faced with as the door swings open, and there's an instant cast of silence from Booker in the area directly in front of you. I figure that at first, most that you see is these glowing red eyes and a very vague outline of a form in the swirling mist. And as the door swings open, the eyes turn in your direction, and you see the mist that almost fills the room starting to coalesce into a single figure in the center. Eyes locked on the first people in front of the door, which are Booker and Liliana. However, because of how turn order is, Button is up first. It will take double movement to try and get past Booker and Trixie through to the door.
Are we trying to stealth in?
I think that's what we were doing.
Can buttons skip their turn?
You don't want to ready an action or anything?
Can I ready an action?
Mm-hmm.
But like, Button can't roll stealth. Button's very bad at stealth. Um,
I mean, it's dead silent though, because like the bubble's over top of the dude, so he can't hear you.
true. But I don't know where to go. Other than directly to him to hit him. Button is a very simple creature. You must give Button instructions.
I mean, that's what the plan is sneak
Is
up
that
and
the plan?
attack him. Yeah. I'm
Okay. I just want to make sure I don't like accidentally fuck up your silent spell.
And I will remind you, though, because there is a silence up, anything that you need to cast to hit needs to happen before you enter silence.
Ah, right, and Button won't be able to cast any spells while they're in there. Okay. Cool. So, bonus action shillelagh. I guess double movement, so going these two would be, what, 20 feet?
I'll say 15 to get past them, since
Okay.
Trixie is kind of to the side, but it'd be 15 to get to where the door symbol is.
Okay. 15 to get to here.
Mhm.
Misty Boy. Alright, well, I guess attempt to sneak up and attack, I guess.
So you'll be rolling your stealth at an advantage.
Fuck.
Yep,
I forgot
get the
to
button
get my
die.
dice, because I had too many snacks on my table. Shit, where did I put them? Put them there. I'm sorry, I'm a mess. Give me 1 second.
And Booker, you're on deck after button's done.
Yes.
Okay, I've acquired dice. Button stealth is like a fucking chips. +1. Oh shit, an 18.
Damn. You have advantage.
Oh, I had advantage.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll take the 18. I rolled a 2 on the second one.
Let me double check this. That is more than enough.
Thank Christ.
So you are successfully able to kind of, as it's looking at the door, button is very small. You start to trudge in through the mists that are still gathering. And it doesn't seem to take notice as you are moving through the doorway, expecting something much taller than Button.
I imagine that the top of Button's hat is where the pile of mist ends.
Pretty much.
So yes, sneak in and attack. So what? Oop. Oh, leave room for the Booker. And the Trixie. And the Koya. There's a lot of melees now. This is great. Go over here. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Alright. Attack with staff.
At advantage, because you have successfully snuck.
At advantage. Dirty 20.
Double check it is. That will hit.
Let's fucking go. It's gonna be a 10 bludgeoning.
Okay, why is Roll20 being like this to me? Okay. 10 bludgeoning. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna pull up the stat block separately because Roll20 is not wanting to be nice to me.
Oh.
So as you swing, you feel a little bit of resistance in the mist. More like you're swinging through water than through air. But it swirls back closed behind. And the creature turns towards you. And the mists part around you where you're standing. And suddenly there is the full weight of those glowing red eyes on you, Button. Make me a con save.
Oh no.
And this does count as a magical effect, so
Get advantage, right?
yes.
That's going to be a 16.
You successfully save. As those glowing red eyes land on you, Button, and you feel tendrils of air reaching out and trying to wrap around you, not finding purchase where they would think they would find purchase. And you're able to continue as normal. As Booker, you see that this creature has been distracted by your tiny companion, who you cannot see in the mist at this point.
Oh. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is your turn.
Oh. Booker's gonna charge in here and slide into the behind the DMs. Don't think I have any particularly. Well, no, I got a good one. Booker's going to use a bonus action and throw out a hex on this creature. And he will choose wisdom just in case he needs to roll perception checks, I guess, and we can try to hide. But Booker will throw out a hex, knock my first level spell slots, and Booker is going to spin around with the beast claw knuckles and start dabbing at the cloud man as best he can. We're gonna hope. What is my bonus? It's a temporarily +1 claw knuckle. So, 27 to hit. And what is my damage? It's still a D4. Yes. That's gonna be 5 damage. Sorry, 6 damage.
Okay.
And then I got one more hit, and that's gonna be a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
There we go. For 7 damage.
And much like Button, you feel yourself swing, you feel your blades almost get caught on something like swinging through water. But the mist immediately forms back on the other side. And you just hear the hiss of air from where you assume the head of this figure to be. And is that your turn, Booker?
But that will be my turn. I did forget to roll the hex damage. I assume the hex landed.
Let's see here. Don't think
He
there's
doesn't
a
have to roll
saving
like a
throw.
save of any. I had this. There was a creeping feeling in my gut that was like he might not be affected by hex for some reason.
No.
Okay, then that is for the first attack. 3, 4 for the second for 5 necrotic damage with the hex on top.
And
that is his turn.
as the trail of the hex damage comes after, you see sparks of your magic lingering in the mist. And compared to the swipes from your dagger, this figure seems to recoil from them more. The body seeming to harden for a moment and shrink back away from the sparking magic before the mists in the room fully coalesce into a figure standing nearly 7 feet tall. Mist very gently wafting out from his feet and his legs, only filling the area immediately around for the first few inches above the floor. And with this almost scratchy, breathy cry, one of the arms raises, and rather than a hand, you just see a blade. And he spins and swipes at both Booker and Button. Let me see here.
That's pretty rad. Windblade is cool.
Oh shit. Guys, I don't know if we can compete. He's pretty fucking cool.
Mm.
What do you mean we don't know if we
Can't
can
believe
compete?
we're
I
fighting
can
in
compete.
Russia.
I'm super in here for the competition. Booker's so cool.
But like
My
Windblade.
God. So that's a nat 20 versus Button,
Oh fuck. Okay.
and a 23 versus Booker.
That definitely hits.
Yeah, those fucking hit.
Okay, so let's see here. Let me double check this math.
Alright.
And then
Oh. Button's at full HP. I wonder how badly that's gonna change.
that's 21 damage to Button, and I need a strength save.
Okay, what type of damage is this? I'm assuming it's slashing.
Slashing.
Yep. 21. You said a strength save?
Yes.
19.
Okay, you are good.
Too heavy, made of metal, cannot move.
And that is 13 damage to Booker and a strength save.
15 and a strength save. That's not gonna be good.
Would this
Nope.
be against a magical effect?
No, this would be against a weapon.
Yeah, that is a
Shit.
2.
So you are immediately, as you are hit by this wind and you feel it cutting across your torso, the gust that follows it sends you crashing back against the far wall as you are pushed back 10 feet out of the silence bubble, and you break through the wooden door on the other side of this room and are prone.
Ooh.
Yeah, superhero fights. Ow, though.
Trixie, it is your turn.
Okay. Fight mode, engage. Can't. I'm pretty sure I can move, but just in case. Yeah. Okay.
Trixie has like fucking all the movement speed. Yes, Trixie can
Yeah.
just like get through this dungeon without measuring at this point.
Cool. Glad we're in the same. We're on the same page here. So I have a question.
Yes.
The arcane jolt,
Yes.
is it the exact same from the artificer?
Let me double check.
So it's because it's equal to intelligence modifier.
I am rereading this. Give me a moment.
No worries.
Two d6 force damage. This one creature. Yeah. A I think I made a change to one of your other stats, so that you could have more uses of it.
Mhm.
I think it was like your con or your dex or something.
I was trying to find it in the notes and I didn't see it. And also in our private chat, so I wasn't certain.
What are your con and your dex modifiers?
Con is 1, Dex is 4.
Okay, just because I don't remember what I said last time, we're gonna split the difference, give you 2.
Okay, fair enough. Gone to attack. And my Trixie dice are on the other side of the room, so I'm just gonna roll. Meteor hammer, attack time.
Is it just me, or is Roll20 like moving slow as all hell? .26 will definitely hit.
Yay.
Yay, let's go. Get him, Trixie.
And then second attack. Wait, hang on, did I roll max damage on? Oh, I can roll another d6 for the damage too. Because that was max damage. And then bonus action on attack.
Oh, Trixie has advantage, right?
Yeah, she's technically flanking, so you do have advantage if you want to crit fish.
Sick. Yeah, I'll just do 3 d20s. And just in order of.
Yeah. Ooh.
But they all hit all the same.
Sweet. Who got hit harder, Booker or Button?
Button took more damage.
Okay.
However,
Button
I
hit.
imagine most of that is in temp HP.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. I'm corrected.
Button did not activate the mushroom mode.
Take 2d6, please. Of healing.
Appreciated. Not 2d65. Okay, 2d6. Thank you.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Koya, you're up. Charlie.
I'm here. So it's 25 to get to where Trixie is.
Mhm.
How much to get past her?
Because you are now in a larger room, I'll say that it's standard for now. I was giving the penalties because everybody's crowded into a hallway.
Oh, overshot.
Do I need to get the backing up truck beep noise?
Yes, please. Yes, please. 30, do 20 right here. We are gonna swing twice with the glaive. If I can find it.
Here we go.
Thanks. Alright, once with The
hit.
normal end. The second attack will be with the butt of the glaive.
Earthshaker Glaive. That's such a fucking cool name.
It has some fun shit that Koya's not been able to do yet. So that's plus your strength.
That's 11.
You only have a +1 to your strength?
Oh, strength. 15 total.
Gotcha, that'll hit. Okay. And is that your turn, Koya?
No, me.
You swipe across with your glaive and then spin it around to hit again. You see that all of you that are right next to this creature can see the mist parting with each strike, but not unlike when Booker slashed out with the knives. There's a little static that seems to be left that is taking more time for the mist to reform on the other side as Koya is struck out. Is that your turn, Charlie?
Mhm.
Lily, it is your turn. You are muted in Discord, Piper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I'm gonna chuck an ice lance at this guy. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. You can just cast a spell with that?
Stop hurting yourself, Amy.
Iceland's hit me, accent.
28 will definitely hit. And then it's a con save. Con save and failed save is stunned until the end of its next turn. Math. It just meets the save.
That's okay. And then I'll click on a firebolt. Die. Oh, it didn't. So 2d10 for 14 fire.
Okay. As you see the ice lance pierce through first, and then the firebolt directly after. The mists, again, seem slow to form in the holes that are punctured directly through it. But it just lets out another hiss that seems to fill the air all the way around all of you. And
For my movement, I'll take a few steps back. Oh, hi, Micken.
smart.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Because Koya, Trixie, Booker.
Oh no.
I need a con save.
Oh, really quick. Silence does fall. Because I used hex.
Ah, gotcha.
You said con save.
Yes.
I'm a boy or no?
My con.
I thought so. I just want to make sure.
That's bad. That's an 11.
Is this a magical effect you'd have advantage on?
Yes. It is a magical effect, so you would have
Oh.
advantage.
I thought that was only on, like, brain effect. Aha! A 12! Thank you for
Technically better.
trying, Amy.
Technically better.
Oh no, Trixie. Oh no, all of you. Oh no.
So, as it has turned and looked at each of you in turn as you have struck out, even turning towards Liliana as she hit it, it lets out another long hiss. And at the very tail end of this breath, you hear a very faint, almost lost in the swirling winds that start to move around this creature. You should run. And Koya, Trixie, and Booker, you all are under the frightened condition. Yeah, rub it in button.
Fuck off. I forgot I had that checked on from the last fight, okay?
So, for context for you, Charlie, in case you are not familiar with frightened, it is disadvantage on ability and attack rolls while the creature that gave you frightened is in line of sight, and you cannot willingly move any closer to it.
Noted. Thank you.
It is Micken's turn. He just kind of like sees Liliana backing up very quickly. You see, look down at Liliana and peek around the corner and look down at Liliana and just, oh, I don't want to do this, and then steps around and over Liliana to go down the hallway just a little bit to get into line of sight. And I knew I was forgetting to open something. It's a Micken sheet I was forgetting to open.
Gotta have our wizard. Our boy. He's grown so much.
He's just, he's gonna go with tried and true here. Gotta cast a magic missile at this thing. For 4 damage.
Damage is damage. Don't make me pull out the meme again.
Much like Leona, he's gonna be like, I don't want to be in line of sight of this thing and take a step back. Button. It is your turn.
Aight. Fuck this guy. Bunk. That's going to be a... Yeah, I think a fucking 25 will hit.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit it.
That'll hit. 4. Max damage. Let's fucking go. 8 plus 5.
Hey.
13. It's not much, but it's honest damage.
Okay.
And Button doesn't really have bonus actions.
Is that your turn then?
That is my turn.
Booker. You're prone on the ground, lying in scraps of wood. And this thing, has you felt it reach into your mind and kind of grab hold of some primal part of your brain. Essentially telling you to fuck off. And you kind of want to fuck off right now.
I mean, the frightened condition just means I can't get closer. So he doesn't have to run, right?
No, you don't have to run.
Okay. Getting tired of Booker losing all these fucking fear checks. I'm gonna... Oh... I don't know what to really do here. He'll throw his beast claw knuckles. And do I roll that with disadvantage because frightened?
Yes.
Okay. Both came up 14 for a 22 to hit.
That will meet its AC.
That's gonna be...
Well, 14 will, so 22 definitely hits.
Yeah. So that's 7, 8, 9 pierce, 9 damage, 3 necrotic damage, and 6 piercing. And then Booker will use a bonus action to get his knife back. And then he will use the half of his attack action to throw the Beast Claw Knuckles again. At disadvantage. Well. Curse you, disadvantage. That's a 2. That is a natural 2. Could be worse. Only technically.
Thank you for not throwing the knife in my back.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
No, in this dungeon, it's not the knife in the back that you need to worry about. It's the nat ones hitting the floor.
I also didn't say it. I should have mentioned Booker can stand up before he throws his dagger,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Booker just scrambles wood off of himself, just like a little bit of Yosemite Samming, just grabs a stupid fucking mist thing and throws the knife, trying to bite down his teeth so that they don't chatter.
And as you are throwing the knife, you see that more and more of it seems to be staying misty, staying with holes that linger in the air, and even as your knives are returning back to your hands from being thrown, it's disrupting the currents, and the form is seeming less and less like a solid form. And it lets out a hiss of pain, and you see it turn towards you, Booker. But then its eyes drift down to Trixie. And it spins again, attacking all 3 that are immediately around it, and then we'll do a nice little fun thing with Trixie at the end. Hey,
Am I
that's
back in
not
time
gonna...
just to get hit?
No, you successfully evaded that one, because that was
Oh, okay.
5. However, Koya does a dirty 20 beat your AC.
Yeah.
Okay, Koya takes a hit. And a 24 against Trixie.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright, so then let's see here. Koya is taking 9 damage. 3, 11 damage versus Trixie. Koya, roll me a strength save really fast.
I'm supposed to be good at these things.
Oh no, you got a
Heck.
3!
And
Oh
suddenly as you are hit and the air blades slice across your chest, Koya, the wind behind it pushes you back down the hallway and you fall prone just in front of Liliana and Micken, who Micken is already trying to skitter out of the way as giant person wearing armor with giant weapons is flying through the air at him. In Trixie, as you take that 11 damage, you feel the slice go across, but then you immediately feel your legs get cut out from underneath you as hands grab and secure you in spot.
What?
And let me see here. I need a con save.
Okay.
no. Oh no.
As you suddenly lose 12 additional points as it drains the life from you to feed itself.
Oh, how bad is Trixie hurt?
Half health.
Oh.
Trixie, it is your turn. You're still only under the frightened condition.
Mm.
This thing just fucked you up real good.
Yeah, yeah. This thing wants to throw hands. I'll show it hands.
Will the disadvantage and the advantage cancel out?
Yes, because you have advantage because of flanking and disadvantage from the frightened, so you'll just be doing straight rolls.
Yeah. I will. How many key points do I have actually? I am kind of low, just a little bit.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
And I will go ahead and tell y'all for free with this. You have in the brain. Let me double check this. Come on. 2, potentially 3 bigger fights, depending on how much you want to explore. That would be. There's one big fight, and then 2 mind witnessy type fights.
Okay, so like
Plus, like little minor skirmishes.
Above table here, like, is anyone else looking like they might need a long rest or a short rest at some point? Just resource wise.
I mean, I've got my first and third level spell slots.
I've got 1 second level and a few first levels left, and I still have 5 hit dice, so I'm good for at least 1 or 2 more fights.
Yeah, same.
I have a couple. I have pretty much all my spell slots except for 3, but I am probably gonna have to use a lot to keep this thing down. So probably not gonna be good for another fight after this.
Okay. Where is...
And Micken still has about half of his spells, so.
Okay, thank you.
A little bit more than half his spells. Because I keep forgetting that Micken has that nice little wizard trick where he can just regain a spell slot. This thing, I will just, as you're considering this thing doesn't look particularly solid anymore.
Okay. I haven't done this yet, so I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna cast Light of Lunia.
Who's that to?
I was just looking at
Iris is like, I'd love to know too.
Apparently
So
it was
it's a-
interesting enough for me to grab it, so hopefully it's good.
Yeah.
It's a range spell attack, and it does D10 radiant damage, and then an additional D10 if it's themed. Correct?
Yes. However, we already discovered this is not a fiend, this is an elemental.
Oh, right.
So we'll only do the 1d10.
Yeah, I still want to do it. Spell is, what's my spell attack? It is a +7. Okay.
Ultimate moth. Become the light.
13. I think that's it.
Double check. You just hit.
Hey. So we'll do a D10. Lame.
Once you've fired a bolt of radiant light. Makes will trigger against duration. Okay.
And
Technically,
huh?
I'll need to go back. I'm just going to DM caveat let you do this time until I go back and review this spell again, because I worded it piss poorly. You can go ahead and roll a second attack to do a second bolt of damage.
Okay.
That's not going to hit.
Thanks,
Yeah, unfortunately.
Double checking something real quick. Make sure, because I think it's only after an attack that I do the unarmed bonus. Yeah, okay, that's it.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Koya, you are prone on the ground with a unhappy-looking Liliana and Micken staring down at you. Are still inflicted by the frightened condition as well.
And there's no way to get rid of that, right?
No, it lasts for a minute.
I think at the very least, we're gonna get up, use a regeneration.
Okay.
Gain 10.
Want to attempt a Hail Mary throw at this thing?
I think so. Before Koya does this, they're gonna turn back to Micken and Liliana and just say, "This don't work. I need you guys to push me back in there."
get like this like slow blink from Micken as he like sizes you up and then looks at Liliana.
Hey, you're the one with thunder whoop, not me.
Alright.
So this will be at disadvantage. 16 will hit.
Hey.
Nice.
Yo, let's fucking go.
So you see this glaive come flying through the air to glance through the shoulders and outreached arms of this thing as it still has seemingly focused in on Trixie and sticks firmly in the ground where this thing is standing, dispersing its lower half completely. Is that your turn, Koya?
That'll be it for me.
Lily, it is your turn.
Let's see. What's our proficiency right now? Are we at +3 or +4?
3, I believe.
Tree.
So I'd be rolling at +7. Wondering if I should target 2-hit or if I should just swing at him. Why do I have this? Oh, I have this because I'm an Astral Drifter, right? I'm gonna check Guiding Bolt. Nope.
Yeah, unfortunately, a 9 will not hit.
Oof.
I'll spend a sorcery to check a Firebolt.
A 13 will
Nope.
barely hit.
Oh. Dealing 2d6. Or 2d10.
How do you want to do this?
Heck yeah.
She just like misses with like a bolt of lightning, just kind of huffs, and then just chucks fire at it. Just like evaporates it.
As the fire passes through the head area, so it seems to be leaning forward Trixie as if it's preparing to drain you again. You hear the sizzle, and it's just close enough that you can feel on the very edges of your antennae the heat of the firebolt. But it disappears, the red eyes fading before the mists slowly sink to the ground and disperse, leaving the room empty and quiet. And the frightened condition is removed from the three of you.
Bun's gonna take their staff and just wave out the mist. Get the fuck out of here. I don't like mist anymore.
Wing flutters to help along.
Did the mist leave anything behind?
No, not in here.
Trauma.
That's fair.
I guess he was all hot air.
Booker dusting himself off. Shut up.
Bun's head tilts as they look at Trixie. They look like they're about to correct you.
She's just grinning.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
Is everybody doing okay?
Had worse. What about you?
No. Little mentally exhausted, but physically none the better.
And everyone else turns to Booker.
Or rolls his neck. And you can hear his neck pop a couple of times. Yeah, just the door broke my fall. Could have been worse, I suppose.
That was so nice of the door.
He flips you the bird.
It wasn't nice to Kaya. I thought she was going to kill me.
You thought Koya was gonna kill you?
She did come
She.
flying down the hall very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Koya's gonna pick up the glaive. Not a she, but I think it'd have been fine.
How does Kaya identify?
Yeah.
I don't know this, actually.
They, them?
Hey, them. Okay.
Yeah. The she, her are mistakes on my part.
Okay, that's what I said then.
Is there
still
was there a way
good
Booker could
throw,
like identify what that is? The creature?
You can roll in Arcana or a Nature if you would like.
I'd like to try. Pretty good. 21.
So, having come face to face with it now and seeing what it is capable of, you have vague memories of such creatures being talked about, though you never encountered one before. It is a type of elemental that unique to elementals, or not totally unique, but on the more unique end to elementals, in particular air elementals, is considered an evil one called a breath drinker.
Huh.
And it is known to stalk places where death has happened on a larger scale, whether that be death and dying from illness or war or some great tragedy, as it at least is said, is initially created from the last breaths of a dying person. And so that's what it truly craves to drink.
Huh. Nasty fucking creature.
Micken gives a little nod from the back of the group. Yeah, there's nothing good in this brain. All of it's bad. All of it's bad.
Well, that's why we're here to deal with it, right?
I mean, I guess.
Well, there's no time like the present. Big stretch from the Trixie.
I guess Guess we have to find the core of this at some point.
Booker said he kind of had, like, not a map, but he kind of knew the way, right? Or was that just him knowledge?
I am fairly certain Booker doesn't know any way.
He doesn't know the way. He still has an impression of, like, where intelligent creatures were. Though because that effect has gone, he doesn't know if they have moved.
But he did info dump Button without warning onto Button's makeshift map.
Of vaguely, possibly this area. Still, he wouldn't know for sure, but he would be able to be like, okay, south, west, east, southwest, in relation to where he was in that moment. And so he is aware and has been leading that there is higher intelligence beings, essentially to your southeast at this point with how you guys have walked.
Well, lead the way.
Don't mind if I do. Booker is going to wave his hand and warp his dagger back to him. And he is going to take a few steps forward and just continue leading the way.
So as you go down the hallway, it has turned back into much more of a natural complex at first. And you see as you approach another narrowing into an open room that, not unlike the one before you hit the mind witness room, is carved and carefully maintained and much more uniformly square and flat and unambiguously created. Though there are no decorations or anything. But as you cross the room and see the door at the far side, this is another that seems to have been carved rather than wood from stone. You see Booker and Trixie as one that is learning this from Booker. You do see deep speech.
Ooh.
What's it say? What's it say?
And it very simply, at the very top, states no unauthorized entry.
Trixie trying to read it and, like, sound it out. Like, she's not speaking, sounding it out, but it's like moving her lips kind of thing, trying to process it. It's like, oh, I know what that says. Anyone got a key card or something? Anyone got a key?
I got a key. Booker's gonna open the door. Assuming it's unlocked.
It doesn't seem to have any way of locking it. But as you swing the door open and hit thuds against the stone of the hallway beyond, again, very distinctly carved and created. You instantly hear the scuttling of footsteps somewhere beyond.
Who closed? Booker's gonna step through. He has a knife at the ready. And he's just gonna keep his eyes peeled.
Okay. I'm counting your squares here. You see very briefly the very edge of your vision. Come on, move. Some little creature scurry past. Roughly
Stop right there,
button-sized. And it's just at the far edge, so you're not able to make out much beyond small and moving quickly.
Booker's looking in that direction, still like hasn't looked away, and he just says over his shoulder towards the others, "Keep your eyes peeled. There's a short, little, freak-looking creature running around here."
Trixie
Button
opens
just
her mouth.
moves and like pokes their head around the corner to look up at you.
Trixie looks at Party, looks at Booker, looks at Party, just grins.
Booker's gonna move down the hallway.
Are you moving quickly or are you just walking?
He's walking, just walking. He's walking. I would describe it as like, very soft-footed. He's not like sneaking. He's not crouched sneaking, but he's like trying to keep his steps quiet and trying to keep his eyes peeled.
So you move.
Liliana hops on Trixie.
Well, this is new.
Liliana wants to take the express.
Oh yeah.
So you're cool with being in the front line with me, right?
Sure.
Cool. Front row seat.
Definitely not gonna leave at the first available opportunity.
So as you reach the end of the hallway, you still hear the footsteps, Booker. Roll me perception, Booker, Trixie, Liliana.
That is actually higher than my passive perception with a 22.
Perception.
That's exactly my passive perception.
My passive is higher.
So, Booker, Liliana, and Trixie, you all hear the little scurrying footsteps coming from around if Booker is facing down to his left. And you all hear just the very faint noises of voices. And it is hard to truly fully make out, as it's not exactly anything you've heard before. And it takes you a moment, Booker, to realize that they are talking in deep speech. But it's rounded and bubbly in its sound. Almost like they're incapable of making some of the actual noises required for it. And you don't hear everything that they're saying, but you do hear the distinct word of intruders. Intruders, intruders, back and forth.
Can I tell? Did you say which direction it was coming from?
Towards your
And
left, so towards the F that you see in the hallway.
F.
Written on the floor.
This?
Yes.
We'll move over here, and he is going to round the corner into the doorway, like knife at his side, slasher mode engaged.
As you round the corner, you catch a glimpse of a little scurrying, vaguely humanoid figure again. Do you try to chase after it?
No, not gonna try to chase after it. Booker's under the impression that it will run itself into a corner. So he is just going to continue to stalk menacingly and slowly.
As you see it disappear around another corner, you also see that this room, again, everything here has been fully carved out for. Actually, as you're getting further and further along, the hallways are extending in such a way and rising in such a way that the ceiling is now tall enough for somebody 7, 8 foot to be able to stand, maybe not fully comfortably, but stand mostly straight. And in the room beyond, you see another scattering of what looks to be something valuable, including 2 desks on the far wall.
Can I use a spell site or a charge of fuck is my ability called? It's spell site. It lets me use detect magic. There it is.
Yes.
Does this little guy here, this thing, is that thing magic? This guy?
That is essentially just my placeholder to remind me that there's shit in this room that I need to talk about.
Oh, okay. I assumed that was just a thing. Is there anything that stands out from my detect magic that is not just walls of chaos and brightness?
Actually, yes, there is. So, essentially, on the far wall, you see 2 desks that have been placed there, made of, as far as you can tell, ancient wood, blackened with time, and 2 small crates placed in the corner. And as you use your detect magic and take a moment trying to squint your eyes and parse out what's different than the general magic of this place itself. You see. Let me look at this.
Oh, hello, Micken.
You see 4 things in total. 2 in 2 of the crates, and 2 in one of the desks.
Two crates and 1 desk. Or 2 things in the crate and 1 in the desk. All right.
There's
Booker's
4
gonna
things.
run over
So
to the crate.
2 into the crates, 2 in a single desk. The other
Oh,
desk has nothing magical that you can see.
gotcha.
There's a desk?
There's 2 desks.
I'd like to go to one of the desks.
Booker's gonna go to
Counterpoint.
the crate.
Counterpoint, Liliana.
Fireball.
Don't do
Why?
that.
Vetoed.
To blow up the things.
To just blow up the whole room?
I mean, yeah?
Why?
These things look creepy.
The
The
desk
crate?
and the crates?
In a fucking god place? We're in a dead god. There
I
could be
will-
mimics.
I will throw this back at you. I would argue that the creepier thing was the statue that Booker still has that he got last time they went into a treasure room.
Okay. Fair. I'm just saying this smells like mimic bait. Is all I'm saying.
The walls
Or-
are also
It-
manufactured, right?
Yeah, everything's like chiseled.
Huh. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm paranoid, okay? What do you want from me?
No,
Okay.
understandable, very understandable. And if you're right, then you're right. However, there is a desk, and that means there's a good chance there's paper in there. Therefore, Button must investigate the desk.
Let me know if you need anything.
All right, thank you.
So that's how we kill Button. We just put a mouse trap in front of a desk.
Button cannot resist trying to find information, all right? They don't give a shit about how much gold is in a pile in the corner. They want to look for paper and what books there are.
So we have essentially two crates where the pile of gold and shit is on the map. And then the 2 squares beside it are different desks.
Desk.
Trixie, you've already moved forward. Are you heading for the crates or are you heading for the desks?
Desk.
Okay.
Booker is going for the crate.
Crate. Button. I'm assuming for the opposite desks from Trixie or the same one?
Probably opposite, I guess.
Is Koya rushing towards any of these or is Koya just chilling?
Oh, I just gonna watch the door.
And is Liliana sticking with Koya now? Or is Liliana riding Trixie's shoulder still?
I followed the big.
Okay. So, Button going for a desk. Trixie going for a desk. Booker going for a crate. Meh. Why you move like this for me? Trixie, place yourself in the middle square.
In the middle square?
Between Booker and Button.
Oh, okay. My bad.
So I can remember where as I am going down the list of things. So, Booker. Are you go opening the crate without the magic shit or the crate with the magic shit?
Z. Z, please. I'm going for the magic goodies. Give me the magic goodies.
Hey. Inside. So you're kind of digging through. You see there's more gold and silver and occasionally a gem of some small size inside. And you are just kind of passively aware as you're digging through trying to get to the magic things that a lot of this gold and silver are marked with symbols you've never seen before. And Booker's a smart man. So that can only mean one of 2 things. Either this is gold and silver from places he has never seen or never interacted with people from, or this is gold and silver that is so old that it has gone out of use in places he has been. But inside, as you're digging through. First, towards the top, you find a small black bag, roughly the size of a coin pouch. But along the line where the string to tighten and close the pouches are 6 glass-like eyes. Looking out,
Like-
and as you pick up the item, they all focus on you.
So really quick, the eyes are on the bag?
Yes, they're on the bag, like on the area where the pull string is.
Gotcha. Like around the rim of the bag, or are they on the actual string?
On the rim of the bag.
Okay.
And you can feel round objects kind of rolling inside of it as you pick it up.
Booker's gonna carefully open the bag, like not touching the eyes, but widen the drawstring and tip it upside down to see if anything falls out.
And as you hold your hand out and shake the bag into your open palm, 6 perfectly round, glass-like eyes fall out. But as they hit your palm, you instantly feel that though they are hard and smooth like glass, there's a slimy residue that coats each one.
I don't know what this is. I'm racking my brain for magic eyeball items, and I can't. I got nothing.
'Cause it's a homebrew one.
Booker's going to put the little magic eyeballs back in the eye bag, and he is going. He can't identify it, but he'll approach Micken about it later.
Do you keep digging for the other one?
Yes.
As you get to the bottom of the crate, you find a wooden box about the length of your forearm. Just plain with a very simple latch on the front. As you pick it up and flip open the lid, inside are the objects which glow with magic. And it's a set of finger bone carved dice.
Finger bone dice.
4 6-sided dice, each carved from a knuckle bone.
Oh. I'll pocket those. Also.
Oh. Trixie, Button. Roll me d6s. Whoever's higher gets the magic item desk.
I got a 3.
God damn it.
Oh, you also got a 3.
Buddies.
Buddies.
So
We share.
I changed my earlier description. There's a magic item in each desk rather than 1 and 2 in 1. So, Trixie, as you're going up to this desk, what are you looking for? What are you looking at? What has drawn her to this desk?
She is a little interested to see if there are any books, but not really looking for anything in particular. She just figured there'd be, again, reading material there. If anything shiny is there, that'll catch her eye. I think there's just more rummaging.
Okay. So,
Weird languages. Another thing that would catch her eye.
I know I put this on my shelf. Where is it? There it is. So you take a step up to this desk and look at it. Of course, the top of this desk has nothing in particular. But as you carefully open the drawers that line one side of it, there's 3 drawers. The topmost drawer has what looks to be a ancient, worn compass made out of brass, tarnished from ages of use and time. As you reach out and touch, it's warm to the touch. The middle drawer doesn't seem to have anything in it. At least what was in it has long since crumbled into dust. The bottom drawer does have 2 items inside: a large scroll tucked in a scroll case and a book, both equally as ancient as the compass and horribly brittle to the touch.
I don't know if this would work here, but could I cast mending?
On the books and scroll,
Yeah, the book and scroll.
uh, it's not going to improve their condition, but it would, like if you rip a page, mend the page.
Okay. Curious. She'll open up the scroll first. Hey, Button, I think I got something here.
At the top of the scroll, you see written in very neat, very blocky handwriting the name Celestia. And I want a religion roll from you, Trixie.
Okay.
You don't remember all of the details, but you have heard of Celestia before. It is in fact an astral domain, a home and creation of a set of gods. Though you don't remember exactly which ones in the moment.
Sorry, never mind. It wasn't a map. But she'll read the rest of it if there's more on the page.
But it'll take a little bit to read through it.
Yeah.
So you want to take the time to read through it in the moment, or do you want to just stash it for later?
I'll take the time. I mean, we're not really doing it right this second.
Okay. And do you just hand the book over to Button?
Is there a title on the book?
Yes. As you open the book in the very first page, it seems to be a handwritten journal of some sort.
Oh.
And on the journal, let me double check this. Yes. It has a very simple title. Travel through Kryn space.
I have a question for Amy. Does Button carry like scroll holders?
Yes, that's something I actually made sure to buy.
Okay. Hey, Button, you mind holding on to this for me? Put it in one of your newer things so it doesn't, break.
Imagine Button was tippy-toeing to reach the top of the desk to go open it. And they turn, and then they nod. And they pull out a scroll case and just pop open the lid.
Thanks, buddy. I knew I could count on you.
Yes. And they close it, tuck it away. Back to tippy-toeing.
Trixie will actually put the book away and I said give the scroll to Button to carry. And being a good friend, she'll pick up Button so Button can get to the desk easier.
So, Button, as you are being lifted to look at the desk, you've already opened, I imagine, Button, being short, starts from the bottom and works their way up, because that is the
Yes.
easiest. The
Yep.
bottommost drawer has nothing. However, the middle drawer does have a stack of much smaller scrolls inside. And then the topmost drawer has a box that opens, and inside are a collection of what you assume to be writing tools. Ancient and worn and stained in ink. Older than anything Button has ever laid their eyes on when it comes to this type of useful object. And on the very top of the desk, as you're picked up, you see there is a box, wooden, carved from some sort of ebony wood, matching the desk, that sits almost centered on the back of it, with a little drawer that can be pulled out.
Oh.
Do they immediately reach for it?
Yes.
As you reach out and pull the drawer out, you see an amulet inside that almost looks like a astrolabe. Way of mapping stars has been carved into solid iron. And as soon as Button lifts that amulet out of the drawer, Booker, you feel a spark run down your spine.
Wait, is that good or bad?
I don't know. It's not
Did-
painful.
What does that what does the amulet look like? Like, or does Booker recognize it?
So it looks like an amulet that's carved into iron that looks like an astrolabe.
Oh.
Button is investigating amulet. Intrigued.
Detect magic lasts 10 minutes, right?
Yes.
So you'd still be on the tail end of your 10-minute range. That thing has divine magic.
Fine.
You would also see the compass that Trixie has kind of left on the desk in front of her also is magical.
Same kind of divine magic.
No, not divine magic. It is divination magic, but it is not divine.
Ah. Gotcha. Booker will, he pauses for a second, then he'll walk over towards Button after having pocketed the magic eyeball bag and knuckle bones.
They put on the
and
amulet.
he'll walk over to the amulet or towards Button, and he'll take a knee, be like, "What is Where'd you find that?"
In the drawer. On the desk. Specifically on the box. Or in the box on the desk.
Are there
Right
papers nearby where it was set? Like somebody was writing about it, or having done something with it, maybe?
No, but as you stand up and take a look at that box, the drawer that's still out, you see
Huh?
7 stars carved into the bottom of the drawer.
Oh, Booker gets that wicked kind of like wicked grin of recognition. He'll take a knee next to Button again, like, "Hey, do me a favor."
Button looks at Booker.
Booker will pull out the bag with the eyeballs on it and show it to Button. He
Looks
will
at bag.
point. He'll point to the amulet. He'll hold the bag out in an offer and say, "Trade me."
Button looks at Booker, looks at the bag, looks at the amulet. Looks back at Booker. Looks at the bag, looks at the amulet, looks back at Booker.
Take that as a yes.
Oh. Okay.
Booker smiles.
Button takes off amulet, holds it up. They reach in like a motion as if trying to put it on Booker.
He'll take it and put it on.
The instant you put it on, Booker, it feels like suddenly almost like you're more grounded. Your senses have opened just a little bit, reached out just a little farther. And I will tell you right here and right now, as you put it on, you feel a familiar presence. Or perhaps presence that is growing more familiar. for just a moment. And you hear at the back of your mind, just very quiet. And you grow stronger.
Booker gets the most, like, somewhere between evil and shit-eating grin kind of look on his face.
Take a +1 to your int.
Ooh.
And I will find what I had written down for your other shit and send it to you. And I will, now that there's been 2 found, because Trixie found one of them last session. Booker found another one this session. There were 3 items for 3 of you in the brain. There are 3 items for 3 of you in the heart. They are specifically designed for each of your characters, each of your storylines, and they are the first of specialty weapons I have been designing that are items that will grow in
Oh, cool.
power as you progress.
Hey.
So as you
Let's go.
reach certain levels or as you reach certain places in your storyline, in relation to the gods that you are tied to, I'll be very specific with that, in relation to the gods, the items will unlock more powers that may be more useful to you.
Let's go.
So there are still items somewhere on this ship, or ship, quote unquote, in the
God, get
corpse,
him.
for Button, Liliana, Koya, and one very, very small one to help out Mikan. It's not player character powerful, but it is helpful to him.
Survivability.
Yeah. So, I imagine you are looking at the scrolls after this, correct? Button?
Yes.
So, as you are looking at these scrolls that were stacked in one of the drawers, and kind of just opening them enough to see their titles, you realize that these are essentially what you assume to be some sort of early portions of a bestiary for astral creatures.
I have a question, DM.
Yes.
Is there a chair at the desk?
No.
Ah.
And you find
Okay.
a total of 10 of these small scrolls, each one containing 1 or 2 entries.
Well, any that strike familiar?
There is one that is the entire scroll is talking about the biology and behaviors of scabbers.
Oh, hell fucking yeah, let's go. Space shark.
That's for the Amy. The other one, there's another one that you see that as you're kind of skim through, see what it's about, you realize that it is about solar dragons.
Ooh. No.
Daggins.
All right. Well, Button is reading now. Imagine they tuck the eyeball bag into their pocket. They don't really know what to do with it.
Is anybody picking up the compass, or is that being left on the table?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I said Trixie would have pocketed it, but
Gotcha. Okay, so you've
yeah,
pocketed
my
the
bad.
compass.
Yeah.
Booker has the amulet and the dice, and Button has the bag.
And knowledge, the most important thing.
Yeah. So as these three are gathering and looting, so there's very few other ways that you can describe it. Koya, you're trying to keep a close eye on, I'm assuming, both doors.
Yes.
Liliana has taken position on your shoulder as Vicken is also kind of like in the corner. He wants to go like poke at the desks, but he's a little nervous. And Koya and Liliana and Micken, all of you like are listening vaguely to your friends, but as the skittering of footsteps fades, there's silence for a moment, and then you hear the bang of a door closing.
Nearby?
It's hard to tell with how things echo, but it is loud enough that you assume it's somewhere close.
Koya is gonna put Liliana down and venture out into the hall.
I would say it's coming from the door you guys have not gone through yet. So over other direction, Charlie.
Booker beat me to it.
I'll say something, but if I'm not, then I can't.
What'd you say, Pepper?
If I heard it, I'll say something, but if not, then I won't.
Yeah, you all would have heard it to some degree.
Okay.
It's just how distracted the other three are
Right.
to register it.
All right, snap, snap, look alive.
So, Koya, as you Booker, go back to your spot, man. No. You were getting god powers, don't complain.
Where was my spot?
Over by Trixie. This is while you guys were looting shit.
Oh.
Koya, as you step into the next room, it is still carved out and seems to be created with intention. And you see, towards the top of the room, a hallway leading into what you assume to be another one. And you see an open stone doorway to your south, leading into another long stretch of hallway, from what you can tell. Roll me a perception as you step through that door. The echoes of the slamming door are still kind of bouncing around, but you do have the sense that it probably came from the south.
I'll poke their head back in. Look to Booker. Think we got trouble? Y'all want to wrap this up?
Booker stands up straight and will spin 2 daggers and 1 in each hand. I'm ready.
Button looks up. They were mid-scroll. But
Get the audiobook version. That's him on the head.
What's an audiobook?
He does not answer that question and moves on.
Button looks at the scroll, looks up, looks at the scroll, and just slumps shoulders, starts rolling up the scroll,
We'll
puts
have
the scroll
plenty-
back in the container very slowly.
We'll have
Oh,
plenty of
Button.
room on the ship.
I think it'd be better to deal with any problems so you don't get attacked mid-reading.
If they interrupt my reading, that is their mistake.
We can just sighs, and he's reaching out for Liliana, knowing that she's going to want a ride somewhere.
Yep. All aboard. She gives him a little pat on the head. You're learning.
Yeah, until you start casting shit that I really, really don't want to be a part of. Then you're on
I
your
have
own.
never cast a spell like that in my immediate vicinity.
I have never cast a spell in my life.
So it seems like Koya is leading the charge with Booker after.
Yes.
As you go down the hall, Koya, you are faced as it curves one way and then the other with another heavy stone door. But you see around the edges a faint light, though these halls and rooms have been lit by the natural magic of this corpse. This glows a different color.
Like fire?
No, this is an unpleasant purple.
Eldritch purple.
So you can proceed down the hallway a little bit further, Koya, so that you're in front of the door token. There you go.
Do I hear anything from the other side?
What is your passive perception?
14.
Okay. You can try to roll if you would like, or you can take the 14.
I will take the 14.
So you kind of lean in and listen. You do hear very faint movement.
Right. In a whisper, I'll turn to Booker. Think something's behind this door?
Booker will nod, and he will ready both weapons. Has it been an hour yet?
Regarding?
For regarding Hex?
No.
Okay. Okay. Hasn't quite been an hour. I probably got this one fight out of it. Just one more fight out of it. I don't think we have any more goodies, but You know what? We do have more goodies. Booker will ready his 2 knives, and then he stops for a second, and then he'll stick one in the floor next to him, and then reach into his coat and pull out 2 vials of sirloin blood. And he'll proffer one to you, Koya.
I'm just gonna scrunch up their face and look to Booker. Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Booker will like flick the cork off of one and then kick it back and drink it. And he will offer you the other one that is not yet uncorked. And he is not going to tell you any more than that. He just shows you like, yeah, drink it.
And it very much looks like blood, right?
It's less viscous because it's been treated, I think, but not. It still looks a little like alien blood.
This is really the norm for y'all, isn't it?
Booker just smiles.
Right, well, whatever you say, Captain. And Koya will drink it.
That's what I'd like to hear. Sirloin blood, when consumed, gives you resistance to psychic damage for 10 minutes. Fresh out of sirloin blood. I have another dose of Mind Flayer blood.
Can I spell sirloin again?
P. Sirloin.
Thank you.
Surlon.
See? P. Sirloin.
SUR.
Yeah, like the steak.
Oh, right, it was this one. It was that guy.
Booker like reaches into his coat and then will fish around, and he's like fishing around for a couple other, like looking for something, and he can't find anything, and then he just pulls out another vial of Mind Flayer blood, and he just kind of scrunches his nose at it, and he's like, and he like turns around to the rest of the group, and he'll offer the Mind Flayer blood to anyone who wants it. Anyone want advantage on mind affecting stuff? Or magic affecting abilities, magic stuff?
I'll take it. I'm not going to be in the fight probably, but I'll still take it.
I probably think it would go to someone who's going to be in the midst of stuff.
Realistically, yes. But also nobody's picking up, so...
I mean, does Trixie not want it?
Trixie will let Button have it.
Again?
Yeah.
Button already got it last time.
Yeah, but friendship.
I mean, if no one else would want to take it.
I'm metagaming now. Booker offers it just to Trixie.
Why?
Take it. Do you want it?
No, it's fine. Trixie pulls out a piece of fruit.
All right, he puts it back in his belt.
You could put the blood on the fruit.
You could.
Nice zesty ranch. Or caramel, even.
Gonna try it. Fuck it.
There you go.
She's curious.
What if she takes the fruit and she just like squeezes the juice into it?
What fruit pairs well with Mind Flayer blood?
It's gotta be grapes, right?
Pomegranate.
Mind Graper.
You know, it's probably mangoes. You know, it's like putting spicy sauce on mangoes, you know?
Spicy sauce.
Oh my gosh.
The Mind Flayer blood is basically sriracha.
Sriracha? Who's putting sriracha on mangoes?
What the fuck?
well, Trixie would.
I wasn't thinking
It's
sriracha.
chamoy,
but
guys.
That is the
Gesundheit.
most offended I have heard Charlie ever. That got Charlie
She-
mad.
Sriracha.
Chihuahua.
How fucking dare you?
At least, hey, I just said spicy. Everyone knows what I mean there.
Yeah, you mean sriracha.
Iris's version of spicy is bread, so that actually gives nothing.
So
Rude.
I have an apple notes for things that Kira does and says.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm making one for you guys now.
Hey.
Hey, we have a famous last words channel too, so you can put those in there as well.
Okay, so Koya and Booker have resistance to psychic damage, so for the next 10 minutes, all psychic damage is halved. And Trixie has a advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects for an hour. So I will say just kind of hand wave it unless you guys short rest immediately after this or something. It is this coming fight and the next one that you will have that for.
Perfect.
So, with that being said, do you guys just bust open the door?
Well, if Button's not gonna fucking read, we're gonna do something.
This sign can't stop me. I can't read.
I guess loud and proud it is.
So, Koya, you throw open the door, and on the other side, you see standing in the middle of a long hall with doors towards the opposite end, standing nearly 7.5 feet tall, is a withered skeletal figure in a robe with a staff clutched in one hand and the other hand already raised in your direction, glowing with purple magic. And just beyond him, seemingly huddled in conversation. Well, I should actually do this so that you all can see this. So, this is what you see in the middle of the room.
Oh man, I love that album. Or that band.
And beyond him, huddled together, seemingly in quick conversation towards one of the doors exiting this long hall, you see two of these figures. Both in tattered and worn robes. Their skin purpled but seemingly graying. And they both whip around to look in your direction as the door opens. And let me see here. Check this. As soon as the door opens and your eyes meet the figure in the middle, the purple magic ignites and it disappears.
Need to get fucking see invisible. See invisible?
Button. Imagine you were poking around the corner just long enough to see that. You did not see the two smaller figures, but this person there and then gone.
Okay, I'll be able to.
It'll take
So
you 10
imagine-
feet of movement to get around this corner.
Alright, I'm gonna do that. Boom. Around the corner. So where was the figure?
Right in the middle. 2 below the
So
2.
you're right here? Right here.
I'm gonna be real with you. Roll20 is not pinging for me. So it's 2 squares
Ah,
below 2.
heard. Okay. Well, Button saw them disappear, right?
Yes.
Welp. Hmm. Bonus action, shillelagh, as always. And I don't have that spell anymore. Aw, I forgot. I swapped it out. I don't think. Fuck it. Dispel magic.
Okay, dispel magic. Let me see this.
Do you have to target something for that?
That is what I am reading really fast.
Yeah.
My
So it
creature is
doesn't say
within
you can
range.
see, just one within range.
And really, with lower high ability checks. Yeah, it's within 120 feet. So if
Mm-hmm.
Button is assuming it is invisibility and wants to try and dispel it, they can try. Let me
I'd
look
like
at
to try.
this. All right,
So I need to
will need a roll. It is plus your mod.
spell.
10 plus your mod. I think. Hold on.
Wait, no, the DC is 10
10
plus
mod.
the spell's level if it's 4th level or higher.
Spellcasting ability. So.
Okay.
Wisdom roll.
Okay, so it's not my spell attack, right?
No.
Okay, so it's just essentially rolling wisdom?
Yes.
Okay, cool. DM, may I know what the DC is? Or, you know what? Never mind. That scares me. But I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 will work.
Hey,
This figure is immediately back in your line of sight, glowering at you.
No. $10. And then, well, that was what, 10 feet? Are we going by squares?
Yes, every square is about 5 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20. Aha, so they can make it. Alright, Button might die. However, y'all can see him now. Button has done their job. Zoom. End of turn.
Booker, it is now your turn.
rewind. We're gonna run back to the Shattered Void. Booker is going to bonus action hex the Bone Lord. He's gonna scooch by Koya, and he's gonna get to right about here. He's gonna swing wide because he can't reach him. So Booker is going to swing wide. And aha, the two little shits. I couldn't see them from that angle. So as Booker runs in, he sees the two shitlords behind him. He's gonna throw one dagger at each shitlord.
Okay.
He's throwing Blood Drinker first at. Do this. He's gonna throw Blood Drinker at this one. Yeah. That's an 11.
You're throwing it at the Ceramorphs?
Yes. The Nomiomorphs.
They look
11
like baby
will not
mind
hit.
flayers.
Serionome. And then he'll throw the Nathalgu dagger at this one. That is 13, 21 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
The Nathalgu claw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 11 damage.
Okay.
Action movement, bonus action. I'm done.
Okay, give me a second. You have officially entered them into combat, so they must roll shit.
Stands, fuck boys.
18. Why is roll 20 being so slow? Hold on, I wonder if it's this. Hopefully this doesn't fuck up anything too bad. So I am not lying when I'm like, fucking roll 20 has gone the fucking glacial pace for me moving.
Oh no. Okay, can I just say that the gnome Ceramorph art is like really cute because they just look like chibi mind flayers.
They look like little guys, yeah.
Yeah, they
They
look
are
little
chibi
guys.
mind flayers.
Yeah.
You are correct. You're exactly right.
They're so cute. I'm sure they're horrific. However, they also
yeah.
look cute.
I kind of want to info dump about gnome Ceramorphs because I think they're really neat. But I also don't want to give y'all meta knowledge either.
Have us roll.
Nobody's asked to roll.
Can I roll?
Yeah, you can roll it. This would be Arcana for this.
Can Booker roll? Can I volunteer Booker?
I do like to think of Booker as a monster hunter.
Yeah. I got an 8 there, Chief. So Booker can Booker roll.
See, what is their initiative?
Even
bonus?
voluntold.
Booker wants to roll. Booker can roll now that he sees them properly.
Yeah. I do want to roll.
That is, you have second.
That'd be a 19 Arcana check.
And then you have okay. Sort. Booker just came in, finished his turn. All right. So these are gnome Ceramorphs. And what sets them apart, they have gone through the transition for becoming a mind flayer. However, mind flayers, when they go through the transition to make them mind flayers, for standard humanoids, it will inevitably turn them into creatures that look the same, that are almost indistinguishable from each other. Same size, same weight, same height, same coloring. However, for Ceramorphs that are non-standard, those that are too small or too large, the transition doesn't always work appropriately. In fact, 99% of those that go through the transition that are too small or too large for what the Mind Flayer tadpole tries to turn you into die. Those that are too large, almost universally. However, if they're too small, they get trapped in this in-between. Their body transformed into a Mind Flayer, their mind wanting for that hive mind, but still too distinct from Mind Flayer society. These are Mind Flayers that are burdened with not only the desires and wants and needs of a Mind Flayer, but also the desires and wants and needs of a gnome. In some ways, far more intelligent and conniving. In other ways, eternally trapped.
Oh no.
Essentially, you have all the gnome intellect and drive and creativeness slapped on top of a Mind Flayer. They are weaker physically and in their abilities, but arguably way smarter than your standard Mind Flayer.
Oh, we're fucked.
We're not fucked. There's only 2 little guys.
Trixie, it's your turn.
I won't get in and fight. So Mercury be about 15.
Just zooms.
15, 20, 35. Here would be 45. Zoom zoom. Hi there. Yeah, actually, if I can, I'd like to be on this side.
Yep.
I'm actually gonna be right here. Not quite in range. You know what? Let's do something fun. Trixie kind of zooms over. And does the party kind of let them know that these guys are kind of fucky?
Describe kind of fucky.
Are these a threat or is this the threat? Which is the bigger threat?
I don't know. And neither does Booker.
Yep.
Fair enough. Then let us do. Yeah, let's do astral arms. Pop that. So when I cast it, it'll do a d6. It must make a DC 15 dex saving throw. Things within 10 feet. So just the thing in front.
Dex.
It's actually 2d6.
That will pass.
Damn. That was my bonus action. And then I attack.
Attack. Noise, Joe, noise.
What noise?
There was no noise.
Is it?
You minimized it. So it paused the music for us.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just clicked it down so I could see the map.
12
There we
will not. You're attacking the
This thing,
deathlock,
'cause
right?
I can't reach the other ones.
12 will not hit. 17 will.
And that'll be my turn.
Double check this.
Oh, wait, actually, it won't be my turn.
Hmm.
Can I use the jolt on myself?
Sure.
Sweet. Health would be nice. Thank you.
Tis now the
That's my
deathlock's turn. And as it is slowly becoming surrounded in a way that it does not like. Actually, let me double check that this is still working properly. Where's my mouse? There it is.
Hold. I haven't forgot last fight.
Ah.
Con save.
Con save. Can I ask why?
Halo of Spores.
Did that pop?
Did you activate your mushroom time, or does that happen all the time?
That's an all the time. Mushroom time
Ah.
makes damage double.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Con save, you said.
Yep.
Where's your con?
DC 16.
Okay, that will fail.
Let's go. It's gonna be a D6. It's gonna be 2 necrotic.
Damage is damage.
Damage is damage. That is all.
Ba-ba. So, as more and more of you begin to pour out from this doorway, clearly seeing this figure in the center of the room, it takes the hits from Trixie and kind of rolls its shoulder, and you almost could imagine it sneering at you if it had any lips left to sneer with. And again, it raises a hand glowing with purple magic. I will see all of you in the darkness. We'll cast Hunger of Hadar.
Ah!
Oh no.
Best spell.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh fuck.
So, let me double check the size of this. 20-foot radius sphere. Radius. So it's just going to put it right here in front of the doorway. And that should... Let me get my measuring tool. Yeah, it'll get everybody in this. So at the start of your turns, you all will be taking damage.
Ah, nice. Lovely.
And if you end your turn within the sphere, you'll be taking damage as well. As instantly just a cold sphere of darkness descends over all of you, chilling you all the way to the bone as if you were standing in the middle of a as far as I'm aware, doesn't say it doesn't go around the walls.
My understanding is that Hunger of Hadar is just like a dimension, so
Mm-hmm.
it just is anything in that 20-foot radius is just in goop zone.
You are instantly chilled all the way to the bone. No light can be seen. You are considered fully blind within this radius. And you are surrounded by unpleasant slurping and other wet noises. And it is going to... I need to get back over to my selection tool. There we go. Make its happy way back. You guys can roll attacks of opportunity at disadvantage because you are considered blinded.
Button has already used their reaction.
No, it'll be Trixie that can roll an attack of opportunity then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where is weapon? Yeah, no.
Huh.
Ah, that's a
So,
nat 1.
yeah, I'm gonna say so. About those nat ones.
Mm-hmm. Roll me a d100. Okay. Let me see where it is. Monk, 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 monk. You are somewhere in here. It's telling me it's on this page. And it certainly is not. Okay, there we go. 48. So you are instantly blasted by magic, Trixie. As your meteor hammer strikes out and finds nothing but ground. You are immediately overcome by hiccups. And for the remainder of this combat, your initiative is lowered.
Oh.
So I will put you accordingly. You are now going after the Deathlock. But not the worst thing that could happen though either.
Yeah. At least I wasn't stunned.
Mm-hmm.
Koya, it is now your turn. You are in darkness, my friend. And while you're in the darkness, you're going to take a 2d6 cold damage. Let me see here. That is 7 cold damage at the start of your turn. No, just faintly over the top of the unpleasant noises you are surrounded by. You do hear hiccuping starting. Somewhere vaguely forward.
Okay. Koya is going to draw their glaive and We'll say that they'll fly towards the hiccuping.
Hey.
30 feet would have put them here.
You were outside of the darkness at that position. So you can now see what is ahead of you.
Okay. I think I'm gonna double dash put myself in front of the death lock.
Okay. Use your standard action for that. You still have a bonus action if you have something you can do with that.
Hold. No, I can't do anything. So that is my turn.
You have successfully pinned him against the wall at this point, though. Lily, you are taking, at the start of your turn, 4 damage from the cold. And it is dark.
What check is it to get out?
You just have to move out of it.
Oh, okay.
So you have to get further than, like, Booker, Button, and Trixie, if you come into the room, are the very edges of the darkness.
Okay. I'm going to use the help action on Micken, and I'm going to step back. And that's my turn.
Okay. So, these two have been brought into the fight. They are not happy. Ooh. Let me 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep. This one is just gonna kind of see that the darkness has been emitted, look towards Koya, who is pinning the Deathlock up against a wall, and then look back towards the darkness. And he is going to use his Mind Blast ability. So it will hit Trixie, Button, and Booker. I need intelligence saving throws, please.
Int saving throws. I'm supposedly good at these.
Will not count. Well, technically with how this is worded, it will count for your advantage, Trixie.
Sweet. I'm gonna need it.
I rolled a nat 1.
I got a 11.
Oh boy. Okay. All 3 of you are going to take. Let's see here. Oh damn. Okay. And where's my other one? Hmm. 26 points of psychic damage.
Is
That's a
that
good thing. Booker's resistant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd
Booker and
be
Koya are resistant.
halved for Booker.
Thank God.
It's a good thing Trixie used that
There-
healing on herself too.
Yep.
How much was that?
26.
26. Okie doke.
It does not get the
Haha.
ability back. That one does not.
Trixie, how you looking?
This
Like-
one
Like she's 4 HP from death.
Oh, shit.
is going to turn towards Koya. And let's see. Where has it got? Doesn't really want to get up and close to a big angry person with a big blade. So
Yeah, it wants a forehead kiss.
nope, it's good.
Turn into calamari.
Does an 18 hit?
I think it does. Yeah.
Okay, so it raises some sort of gun type weapon that none of you have seen before and shoots at Koya for 13 damage.
Okay.
It is now Micken's turn. Micken has the help action. Micken really doesn't want to be here. Micken is not happy. Micken will also take cold damage. My boy.
You gotta hold your breath and run through, guys.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let me see. It's right here. Yeah, he's not getting out of this easily.
Well, even if he dashes?
Oh, he does have this. Let me see. Remembering wizard spell slots. Remembering wizard spell slots. Ugh. Let me see. Spell checklist. Mm. Yep, all this stuff says he has to be able to see it. So the best he's gonna be able to do is dash and get himself out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, nearly tripping over a button. 40, gets out of it, immediately doesn't want to be there. Goes here, regrets his life choices. And do I have any? Because he has, like, next to no bonus actions here, he is going to just yeet the single dagger that he has in the hopes it does something. Well, that's actually really good for the boy. That's a dirty 20.
Yo.
Damn.
For
We raised that boy.
3 damage versus the one that just shot Koya. He is now out and defenseless. Button, you at the start of your turn, cold damage. 4.
Heard. I have quite a few options here. First of all, I'm just gonna go. Boop. Right there. Gonna get the fuck out of that. Okay. trying to think here. Button's gonna cast Aura of Vitality. For their action, and then bonus action, it's a Trixie's on the brink of death, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Bonus action, heal the Trixie for 10.
The not so good.
That's their action. Bonus action. And Button is gonna stay put.
Okay, that your turn then.
Yep.
Booker, start of your turn. That didn't land. You are taking 7 damage.
7
Cool.
damage. Okay. 7. Okay. And I'm still in total darkness.
Yep. Though with
I
the
do not
vague
have the
sound
cool
of
warlock eyes.
hiccuping on one end and
Probably
unhappy
whimpering.
Micken noises from the other side.
So Booker can't see, but the last thing he saw in the room, he is going to run just straight down. Wait, I didn't get to measure it. Measure. He's gonna run straight down until he's like gonna measure out 15 feet. About there. Could he see from right around there?
Yes, you're out of the cloud at that point.
Okay, so he'll run straight out till he gets out. And then once he has a little bit of vision back and is not freezing to the bone, in total darkness of hiccups and nightmares, he is going to use a bonus action to summon back both of his daggers that he threw. And I need to measure. That's about. Still too far. Run another 15 feet, and he's going to charge these two little squishy squid boys. And as he is running, he is going to throw one dagger. He's going to throw one dagger at Bone Lord. And he will. Can he melee the cephalopod from this range, or is he not quite close enough?
He's not quite close enough. I say if you really want to melee him, I can let you at a -2.
Well, that's fine. What I will instead opt for, because the squids aren't going to charge Booker. That'd be crazy. So he will just throw a dagger at the Bone Lord, and then he will throw a dagger at this squid boy. First, he's going to throw Blood Drinker at Bone Lord. That's going to be a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
So he gets oh, I have to make a con save because I took damage. I don't know if I have Hex up, but we're gonna find out. Is it just a straight up con save?
Yeah.
Does a 15 get me there?
You took, what was it, 20?
7 damage? I took 7 damage from the other thing, but the psychic thing I also have to roll a con save for. You're super right.
Mhm.
The first roll was a 15. The second roll was a 9. So 15 versus I took 13 psychic
I
damage.
think it would have
'cause it
gone
was-
down with the 20 plus damage. If I'm remembering my con saves correctly.
Gotcha. That's fine. Then it's gonna be a D4 plus 6 for 9 damage to the Bone Lord. That's just the dagger. And then he's gonna throw his Nathalgu Claw at the Squid Boy. And that is gonna be 25.
Yeah, it'll
This Squid Boy. 2, 3, 4, 5 for 10 piercing damage.
Okay, is that your turn, Booker?
Yes, that is my whole turn.
So your both daggers hit home and lodge into their respective targets, and that will prompt a concentration check from the Deathlock as well. Wouldn't you know, you just saved Trixie some damage.
Thank you, Booker.
Hey, yeah.
Hey.
So there is no
Booker throws his
more
dagger.
darkness there. Go ahead, Joe.
Knock that shit off, wizard.
And then... What is he less happy about right now? He really doesn't like Koya right now. Even though Koya's not hit him yet, Koya is very big and very threatening directly in front of him. So... How long does that last? Not. Okay. Oh, wait, you know, you're just inside. Hey, as the darkness fades and you see him just kind of rip the dagger out and drop it onto the ground in front of him, he taps his staff onto the floor and then activates Arms of Hadar. I need a strength save from Koya and Booker and this little dude here. It's not
Fuck
gonna
you,
go well for him.
squid. That's
Oh, so they have
Not good enough.
PvP enabled?
Unfortunately, Arms of Hadar is not targeted, so it's all creatures.
Yep.
Strength.
there's a 12 from Booker.
Strength saving throw says it will not. So you are taking full damage, Booker. Koya, strength save. You pass. So Koya will be taking half of this damage. Booker will be taking all of it. Eight damage, so 8 to Booker, 4 to Koya, and Booker, you cannot take any reactions until your next turn. And that's all Deathlock can do at the moment. Trixie, you are up.
Is Arms of Hadar when you enter?
It's an instantaneous, so it is
Okay.
over.
Cool.
Could I have used Sentinel for that?
Let me read Sentinel.
Doesn't trigger. You don't get an attack of opportunity when someone casts a spell, I don't think, right?
It says make an attack.
It's not technically an attack.
Gotcha.
It
Yeah.
is a damaging spell, which is delightfully confusing.
Because honestly, if making an attack counted as a spell, I could use spells and punch things.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, it's different when you have a spell that says, like, I'm rolling an attack to hit you with the spell, but because that's an instantaneous, like, area of effect, that's what negates Sentinel. But, Trixie, you are up.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do these things count as small?
Yes, they are small.
So I can technically get over them? Like if I wanted to be right here?
Yes.
Cool. Trixie is kind of swinging her meteor hammer around, and it's kind of has that heavy sound. But then it starts taking on a more of a shink, shink, shink sound as she's spinning it, and she'll catch it and dash at these guys. And in her hands, instead of the heavy meteor hammer bits, there are sickles. Wah. She's going to do a little dash attack.
Ooh.
Okay.
Attack. If I can't end here, that'd be cool. Attack.
That'll hit.
Sweet. And I will use the second attack.
That'll miss.
Aw. I will flurry of blows though. Use last.
Are you attacking one in particular, or was it one per
This one.
attack? Okay.
Sorry. Flurry. 1, 2.
That'll hit. And that will also just hit.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. You just start laying into this same little Ceramorph dude. You hear just these, like, bubbling cries of something. They're trying to say something. It is in deep speech, that kind of weird accented deep speech from before that you're not quite being able to place what they're saying. And as you are attacking this one, the other one you can feel getting angrier and angrier beside you. Koya, it is your turn.
Okay. We will start off with another charge of regeneration.
Okay.
And then, sorry. Did we learn anything about the Deathlock?
Yeah, we don't like them.
Nothing useful.
Nothing useful.
Seemingly undead magic user, not fun.
Not fun. Bad vibes. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend.
Alright, instead of the glaive, Koya is gonna focus on their breastplate, and you'll see it start to light up. I think
Huh?
we're gonna do a thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Wait, what? Can you repeat?
Koi's got
Everyone-
tricks.
They about to pop off.
Yeah, they're channeling some magic into their armor.
Ooh.
And everyone within 10 feet of them will have to make a con saving throw.
So that will hit the Deathlock, that will hit the Ceramorph, that will also hit Booker.
That's fine.
Yeah, I feel like Booker is just perfectly in Koya's blind spot right now. Just oops.
Turn.
Ooh, undead
Okay,
has
so-
disadvantage.
I have a DC 14 con save or I'm blinded, but I don't take any damage?
No, the damage is only done to undead.
Cool.
So,
Man.
that will definitely hit the Deathlock. So you can roll that damage for the Deathlock. But the Ceramorph will pass. Okay. 14. Oh, he's looking fucked up. Dazed and singed on all edges.
Oh.
Okay, and then we will action surge.
Yeah!
Let's go!
Okay, Koya, pop off.
Pop the fuck off!
We are going to slash it on its chest with the glaive. The first attack.
That'll hit.
And then follow that up with hitting it with the butt of the glaive again.
That'll just miss it.
That will be my turn.
Okay. Lily. Gonna come peek around this corner?
If
We
you're
still
speaking, we
can't hear
can't hear you. Uh-oh, that's not good.
That's because Lily does not have dark vision.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. So yeah, I can't see anything, like, at all. So I don't know which way
Put
to
a
move.
hand on the wall. Follow the hallway.
Yep. Just gotta. Is she trying to move in the darkness, or is she just sitting there? Let's put it that way.
I feel like if she can't see anything, then the safest thing to do is do nothing.
Even if you hear pitched combat fighting sounds and explosions in the next room?
Well, there is magic at foot fucking with her, so
Well, the
Like,
darkness is gone. There is no more darkness. There is no more magic ahead of you, like that you would hear. You just hear the
so
combat.
okay. Okay, well that goes back to my original question. Why is like this far all I can see?
Does she have dark vision?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
I thought she did.
Because I know you gave... Because torches were given to Button and Micken.
Mm-hmm.
So when the group was together... it probably wasn't noticeable.
I guess then I just walk forward.
Are you going, like, I can just get you to the door if you say that you want to get to the door.
I'll get to the door.
15, 20, 25. 25 will get you here.
Let's see. Now that I can actually see what I'm doing. Do you want me to check on the one that Koya's attacking, or focus on the other two midgets?
So the one near Trixie and Booker is that one, and the one in front of Koya are both really fucked up.
Well, I'm gonna attack the bigger one because small pride. If they both look fucked up, I'm just gonna chuck a fireball at them. Or not a fireball, a firebolt.
Oh, okay.
Like, they sound similar. They have
My heart
fire
just
energy.
seized.
Die.
Looks at my 14
Uh.
health. Looks at fireball.
Nothing personal, kiddo.
Jesus.
Okay, what is the range on Firebolt? Well, 7's not gonna hit. I can tell you that.
Okay, that's it.
Because I am now seeing 2 lilies.
Two Lily? Double Lily?
Really?
Lily
I-
Lily?
I will say before, in lieu of just the fact that probably not well known, that the word you used, Piper, typically regarded as a slur.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's like I figured that you did not know, but just so you know.
We learn and we grow. There is no shame.
Mm-hmm.
This one. Okay. This one. And let's see what he's got again. He does not like being here. But you know, Trixie has pissed him off, so he's gonna step up to Trixie and use a tentacle attack on her.
Slap.
So, it's a little worse than slap.
Oh no.
23 to hit. And then 1, 2 of these. For 16 psychic damage. So that would be half for you.
Yeah.
And you are considered grappled by this creature. And I need an int save.
Well, I'm supposedly good at these.
Oh no, it's not halved.
Wait.
So it's 16
Oh.
versus Trixie's. Trixie's down. Trixie
Oh,
has been grappled. I was
okay.
mixing up the two things. Trixie got hit by this thing, grappled by it. Trixie's down, still being held by the tentacles.
Ah,
This
I
one,
see.
let me roll to see if he gets anything back. He does not. This one has been fucked up by Trixie. Now that his friend is taking care of him, turns, aims at Booker, Button, and Micken.
Oh, wait. Close wounds on Trixie?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can use your reaction for that.
Yes. Where is a close wound? Donde está? 1d4 plus spellcasting mod. Where's my d4? There it is. It's going to be a 9 damage. Not 9 damage. 9 healing.
So you start to go down, Trixie. You're immediately brought back up to 9 HP. And you are still grappled by this creature. And you can just see underneath the tentacles the unpleasant circle of teeth as it has latched itself onto you. The other one, we're gonna have a mind blast at Button, Booker, and Micken. So I am. Let's double check this again. I need int saving throws from all three.
Arr.
It's going to be a 21. Let's go.
That'll pass. So you'll take half. Let's see.
Booker can't roll good on his saves. I rolled another nat 1.
Booker.
You get a
Booker. I just gave you a +1 to your int.
I mean, it didn't bump me up to the next threshold because I had all my stats evened out except charisma.
Okay, so Button and Micken managed to get half on this. Booker, you're to take the full brunt of this one. However, it is psychic damage, so it will be halved for you all the same. So, yay for pre-planning.
A
This is... Where- 14 for the full damage, so everybody is taking 7. And then that's going to be the end of his turn because he can't really get away. And he does not get his shit back. It is Micken's turn. Micken. Well, he doesn't like that he just got shot by that, so he's just gonna... He doesn't know what that is, but it's unpleasant. Just conserving energy here. Create bonfire, chuck a fireball at it. Not a wizard fireball, just a normal fireball. And let's see what he rolls to hit. That'll just hit it. And this little dude goes up in a pile of ash. Not literally, but he is dead and down.
A.
So we're at the top of the round. We are nearing an end. Another probably 2 rounds of this fight. How are you feeling, Charlie? Because I know, Charlie, you have the harder cutoff that we are already past.
We'll keep going.
Okay. Button, you're up.
Bonus action. Or a vitality heal. To Trixie. Forgot the die for it. It's 2d6. 2d6, that's going to be 8 heals for Trixie. Keeping her in the fight. Just to clarify, Piper, I'm assuming those closed wounds were also for Trixie? Yeah, okay.
So 9 plus 5 is 14 plus what did she just get? 8?
Yes.
Okay. So you're at 22 HP, Trixie. Anything else you'd like to do, Button?
Okay. Well, for their action, they are going to mushroom up. And then run. Who needs more help?
Well, Trixie is still grappled.
Ah. As their action, bonus action, and movement, all done.
Okay. Wait a second, does the spore thing trigger?
No, it's whenever someone moves within 10 feet of Button or starts their turn within 10 feet of Button.
Okay,
So on their turn, it's going to trigger.
Gotcha. Booker. Trixie is grappled with the one thing, and Koya is staring down a very fucked up deathlock.
Oh, sorry. I mean, unfortunately, Booker failed his con save, so he is blinded. I'm not really sure what all he can do.
You can still attack with disadvantage on blinded.
But he doesn't know where anyone is. And the nearest target to him was killed. And he did not see it die. I mean, Booker will throw a dagger in the vague direction of this one.
Okay.
I think that's about as good as it's going to get for him. And it will be a disadvantage. Not great. 11.
Will unfortunately miss.
Yes. Then Booker is out of knives, so he will use a bonus action to get all of his knives. And then he will throw another. He will throw one more in the vague direction of the other squid. You do not feel good about that throw either. That is a 12.
I will also miss, unfortunately.
He is blind. It does track.
Just
That's
wait for Button to start hitting it, and then Button just be like, "Listen to the sound of the smack, smack. Hit it here, smack."
Booker is like, he got flashbanged by Koya's armor, and at first he's like, "What the?" Just throwing knives, like spazzing out frustratedly.
Who the fuck shines their armor that shiny?
I'm assuming that's the end of Booker's turn. You don't want to move anywhere.
Yes, he doesn't know where to move.
Oh.
So let us see here. So getting very fed up with Koya, this Deathlock. Its hand glowing with an almost black magic. Reach out and claw at Koya and use its deathly claw. Let us see. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay. 11 necrotic damage. It strikes out at you and is just almost gnashes its teeth. You don't know if it's supposed to be aggression or sneer or what it is trying to mime towards you, but without much flesh remaining on it, especially flesh that moves like normal. It is hard to read emotion on it. That is its turn. Trixie, you are grappled. And not feeling great. It is.
Sorry, what? I was kind of falling asleep. My bad.
It is your turn. You're still grappled. You have 22 health.
Okay, okay. I can still attack while grappled, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I shall do so. Punchy, punchy.
$18 will hit.
1.
That will also hit.
I have 2 more oh, sorry, I have for 2 more. Yes.
That will miss, unfortunately. And that will hit. Imagine all 4 arms just start fucking laying into this thing.
Yep.
Fuck the fact that you still have sickles in your hands. Just punch. Punch with the sickle.
Yep. That's my turn.
Hey. Koya. This thing is on its last legs. It's not happy. You're not happy. Nobody's happy.
Okay. Oh, with the glaive, we're gonna try to behead it. Maybe, hopefully.
That is just enough to hit it and just enough to behead it.
Yo!
Sick.
Do you want to describe the killing blow to the deathlock?
Yes, Koya brings up the glaive from previous attack. They'll whip around, and with that momentum, swing the glaive downward. And then we're gonna go straight into the extra attack and throw the glaive at the last.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Thermo.
And that'll hit.
Is it still standing?
Yes.
No.
It's okay. It's okay. Now you get to run up to it.
Not doing great, but it is still up. And Trixie, you have the uncomfortable sensation of having this thing attached to you, essentially, and now there's a big ass glaive just sticking out of the side. Just there.
I think we will run up to it, take the glaive out, and attack it with the butt of the glaive again.
Let's
Okay.
go.
And
Is
unfortunately,
that
that will
another
miss.
5?
Aw.
Free us! It's my turn.
Okay. Lily, it is your turn. All of your friends are starting to gang up around this one thing that is still hanging on for dear life to Trixie. I think it was aggressive, now it's just hoping. Oh no.
Oh,
You
another
have
7.
rolled nothing but 7s on Firebolt, my friend.
Aw.
Roll20 doesn't like your Firebolt. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh.
So it is this thing's turn. And Trixie is still up. It doesn't have its staying back, so it's just gonna kind of crunch down a little bit more. Let's see here. That's gonna hit. And then it's damage. Let me remember what this is. For 17 damage. As the tentacles constrict and you feel it starting to try and bite into your shoulder blade.
Oh no.
Ew.
That one's dead. Micken. Come on, Micken. Let's see what you got. Where? You know what? Yeah, that's technically more than enough if he rolls well. He's gonna upcast Catapult at it. Just picking up chunks of the room around and discarded pieces of metal and weaponry from the Deathlock and from these Ceramorphs that have fallen to the wayside during this fight, and just launch a melee of shit at it. One action. Where do...
Oh, I don't know why I
25.
imagine one of those items is a dagger, but it's a dagger handle first.
Probably because he did yeet just a normal ass dagger earlier.
Hell yeah.
Dexterity save 15. This thing is gonna fail.
Damn.
And so as this creature gets pelted with, let me see, 5 pounds, over 5 pounds of shit, just launching through the air, propelled by magic. It hits once, then twice, then 3, 4, 5, and it just starts to get beat down as it releases you, Trixie, and then falls to the ground and continues to get pelted. And it is dead. Yet, the flying objects do not stop for another 3 or 4 hits.
As soon as they stop, Button still hits it.
One more smack.
One more smack. I gotta double check, confirm the kill.
Trixie also a couple punches.
Fuck
Turn-
this thing.
Turn this thing into goo. But make note of how many things you have left, Amy. We'll start off with you wrapping up your healing aura.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just call it here. You guys can figure out what you would like. And I will... Joe,
Yeah.
message me tomorrow to remind me to send you your shit, because I need to find your shit again.
Okie dokie.